Hi, I'm Assistant Professor of Psychology Katie Corker at Kenyon College. This demonstration will teach you how to do multiple regression in SPSS. We first need to consider our research question and the variables in our data set. These data were collected to examine the predictors of academic success. Now, psychologists know that there are two major predictors of academic success. First, individuals' cognitive ability or intellect predicts their success, but their personality is also important. These data examine personality using the Big Five-factor model, which assesses individuals' extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness to experience. Now, the two factors that are going to be of most interest for us are conscientiousness and openness to experience. Conscientiousness assesses individuals' strivings for goal-directed activity, whereas their openness to experience assesses their interest in intellectual activities. Here we've brought the data into SPSS. You can see that I'm currently viewing the data in the data view. So we have our first variable, subject ID, which just gives each subject a participant number. We have 5 variables which represent the personality characteristics, each indicated by the first letter of their personality. We have gender, semester, ACT score, which is going to be our measure of individuals' cognitive ability. So this is their score on the ACT aptitude test. We have each of their individual exam scores in a psychology course. We have their homework scores in that course, their total scores in that course, the grade that they ultimately earned, and then a variable that represents their average score on their exams. The remaining variables in the data set are the item level data for the personality variables. If you're following along in the video right now, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you pause the video and run descriptive statistics on each of the key variables that we're going to be looking at in this analysis. And those variables are the ACT score, the exam average, and the personality variables EACNO. The reason that we run descriptive statistics is so that we can visually examine the data, check for outliers, and check for any anomalies in the data. Now, assuming that you've already done this, we can move on to the main analysis. Let's first just look at the raw correlations between these important variables. So we're going to go to the Analyze menu in SPSS, go down to Correlate, and choose Bivariate, the first option. I'm going to select the personality variables EAC and NO, move those over to our variables. We will choose ACT score and the exams variables. We don't need to change anything in the options menus. We can just click OK. Our output now displays our correlation matrix. What we can see here are the intercorrelations between these different scales. Now, examining these correlations allows us to understand a little bit about the relationships between these variables. So we can see here that at the raw level, conscientiousness and openness to experience have the largest correlations with exam performance, although those correlations are still quite small, 0.102 in both cases. They are not quite statistically significant, but they are near statistically significant. So in order to test our hypothesis then, what we need to do is we need to conduct a multiple regression. And what regression will allow us to do is it will allow us to look at the unique effect of each of these variables on exam performance. So what a correlation allows us to do is to look at the association between exam performance and each variable one at a time. But what a multiple regression allows us to do is ask the question of what is the unique variance that is associated with performance in exams. So does conscientiousness predict exam performance when the other Big Five personality variables are controlled? Does openness? Which of these variables is a unique predictor? So in order to do our regression, what we'll do is we'll go into the Analyze menu, down to Regression, and we'll choose Linear, which is the second option. For our dependent variable, we'll enter exams. For our independent variable, we'll first enter ACT score, our measure of cognitive ability, and then we'll enter the 5 personality factors. We don't need to change any of the options in the menus, so we'll just click OK. And here are our results. The first thing that we get is this box here which says Model Summary, which lists the R-squared value for our model. And the R-squared value is an overall indicator of model fit. So the R-squared in this case is 0.101, which means we're predicting about 10% of the variance in exam performance. This box here gives a significance test for that R-squared value, and because this value is less than 0.05, we conclude that that R-squared is statistically significant. We're explaining a significant percent of the variance. Now the main part of our results are down here in the coefficients box. What we can see is that we have 2 statistically significant predictors of exam performance. First of all, this first line here we have ACT, which is significantly predicting exam performance. And because this value right here in the significance column is less than 0.05. If we look here in the B column, we have a value of 0.896, which means that for a 1 unit increase in ACT score, we have a 0.896 increase in exam performance. For our personality variables, the only statistically significant predictor is conscientiousness, so the significance value right here, 0.017, is less than 0.05, so we conclude that it's statistically significant. And our B value here of 3.511 means that for a 1 unit increase in conscientiousness, we get a 3.51 increase in exam performance. Now, openness before was a near significant predictor of exam performance, and here we see that that significance value has grown substantially, which means that openness is no longer significantly predicting exam performance. So in terms of our research question then, right, we can see from this analysis that although conscientiousness and openness are both have a small association with exam performance, only conscientiousness uniquely predicts exam performance. An ACT score also uniquely predicts exam performance. So when taken together, we can see that both personality and cognitive ability are important in predicting academic performance. For more information on these analyses and this data set, please see Conscientiousness in the Classroom, a Process Explanation, as published in the Journal of Personality in 2012.